full speed forms. So far with the Siu Lim Tao, we've only covered constant speed. So no beginning and no end, nice and smooth, nice and precise. We call this the yin version, the passive version. We're now going to talk about the yang version, the active version, the aggressive version. With every strike that we do, we're going to immediately retract, as you would do for a normal punch or a normal strike. Punch and retract. The reason why our hands don't force out and hold is because firstly it can damage the elbows, and secondly the impact we want is a disruption of balance all the time. So you're trying to impart energy into your opponent, whether that's through their limbs or when you're striking into their core. So for all strikes within the active forms, we're going to be striking and then retracting immediately whilst absorbing that impact through the body. Remember, if his hips are turned, back is nice and straight, this is quite a fixed structure and it'll absorb some of the kickback you're inevitably going to feel. If you're not in a very good stance and you strike, that weight is transferred forward. The principles here are really important. Hips in, back nice and straight, two opposing forces, one pulling you down, one pulling you up. The second most important element with active forms is that all the blocks have at least a slight bend. There is no block you will affect in Wing Chun which involves having a straight arm. There are some transitionary moves such as Chun and Siu which involve a straight arm, but they're not the primary blocking mechanism. So Siu, Siu, Bon, Jut, even the longer range blocks such as Siu and Siu, there's still a slight bend in my arm. When they're straight, force can be directed through the shoulder, which can disrupt you, and they're also less adaptable. It's easier for me to transition when my arm is bent to a different move than when my arm is straight. When it's straight, it is committed. In the next video, we're going to be providing a full speed Siu Lim Tao, with me providing narrative throughout.